At 4, focused on you.
Right now at 4, a fight for funding for those impacted by radioactive waste. Advocates from St. Louis now in the nation's capital. And this week may be their last chance to get the support they need from Congress. Good afternoon. I'm Brent Solomon.
And I'm Kay Quinn. The nonprofit group Just Moms STL, along with other advocates, hopped on a plane this morning and made their way to Washington, D.C. 5 on Your Side's Justina Coronel joins us in studio after speaking with the group. Justina?
Yeah, so for the last few weeks, the group Just Moms STL has been calling the community to reach out to congregational leaders to keep pushing for the Radiation Exposure Compensation Act, also known as RECA. Now, this is included in the National Defense Authorization Act. Now, over the summer, Senator Josh Hawley secured a bipartisan vote to add an amendment to this act, which covers compensation for victims impacted by nuclear contamination in the St. Louis region. Just Moms co-founder Don Chapman said it's important for them to be in D.C. right now to continue pushing their message, since this week may be their last shot of getting this passed. Now, this amendment was recently cleared by the chairman of the House Judiciary Committee, and now the advocates are calling on House Speaker Mike Johnson and Leader Mitch McConnell to keep the provisions on RECA.
I think we're just really proud of what's going on and the partnership and the coalitions that have been built in this, and we're not done. We still have a lot of fight left in us, and we think our senator does too.
Justina, is there a deadline for RECA, and what does Senator Josh Hawley plan to do next?
Yeah, so this amendment actually expires June 2024. So by securing this, it will benefit the states currently covered. And as for Senator Josh Hawley, he has pledged to oppose and hold up the National Defense Authorization Act if it does not include compensation for the victims of radiation in the greater St. Louis area.
Justina Coronel reporting for us. So now to a developing story in Granite City. U.S. Steel is putting a halt to steel making at the Granite City Works plant. U.S. Steel sent this notice to about 1,000 workers by email this morning. The company anticipates 60% of those workers will lose their jobs. The WARN Act requires most employers to provide 60 days notice of planned closings and layoffs. The U.S. Steelworkers Union in Granite City is now emphasizing the notice may not be as drastic as it appears.
There's really no change. This is just an obligation they have per the legal side of the WARN Act. Otherwise, they wouldn't be issuing this. So there's really nothing's changed in their decision to operate the way we are currently right now.
5 on Your Side's Annie Krall is getting reaction in Granite City. Look for her reports on 5 on Your Side at 5 and 6.
Now to new details in a deadly crash in North St. Louis. Police say around 5:30 yesterday, a Chevy Silverado was traveling north on Hull Street near Adelaide when the male driver drove into the southbound lanes. The truck then hit a chain link fence and caught fire. Firefighters removed the man from inside the burning vehicle, but he died there. He has not yet been identified. 2
vacant homes in North St. Louis are badly damaged after a fire overnight. Just before 4 this morning, fire crews were called to St. Louis Avenue and Kings Highway. Firefighters believe someone trying to stay warm caused that fire. At one point, crews had to evacuate the first home because it could have collapsed. No one was hurt. Well, plans are now in place to demolish a vacant hotel in Fenton. Spiritas Demolition Group is contracted to tear down the Stratford Inn. A project manager tells 5 on Your Side the inside of the hotel is largely gutted already without any walls or furniture. They hope to begin demolition in January. The Stratford Inn was vacated in 2018 after the city cited the owners for improper use of the hotel and other safety issues.
Well, it's been a pretty day if you've been able to admire it from indoors. Temperatures struggled to get into the mid-30s this afternoon. Chief Meteorologist Scott Connell tracking a big change, though.
A big change temperature-wise coming our way as we head into tomorrow. And yes, it's great to look outside at that sunshine and you think, wow, what a gorgeous day. And really, for winter, it is. But the temperatures this morning down into the teens for some of us around the metro area, low 20s. For most of us. 18 in Eureka, 19 in Warrenton. St. Paul was 19, 24 in Cahokia Heights, 23 over in Shiloh, as well as Smithton, Illinois. Edwardsville was 21. Sunshine abounds across the area right now. A couple of little thin clouds out there, but that is about it at the moment. With the bright skies, temperatures are only in the mid-30s around St. Louis right now. And look to our north and northeast. Temperatures are still from Springfield up to Chicago only in the 20s. It feels like it's 10 degrees right now up there in Chicago. At least we have the sunshine and a little less wind than what we had yesterday and on Sunday. Rest of the evening, it's cold and mainly clear, but our lows for tonight are actually happening during the evening hours, probably before midnight. Warmer sunshine for your Wednesday, and then a good rain Thursday into Friday. More on the timing of that in just a few minutes.
Well, the temporary truce between Israel and Hamas is now in its 5th day as families of hostages await word that their loved ones will be freed.
Only one American has been released during the truce so far. U.S. officials are pressing leaders in the Middle East for a broader hostage release and a long-term solution to the fighting. NBC's Alice Barr reports from Washington.
The fragile temporary truce in Gaza tested but holding for a 5th day to allow more hostages to be freed in exchange for Israeli-held Palestinian prisoners. The deal moving ahead after Israel and Hamas accused each other of ceasefire violations. CIA Director Bill Burns is in Qatar for talks on a broader hostage deal, a further extension of the truce, and long-term solutions. That, according to a senior administration official. Administration officials also saying the U.S. has told Israel to avoid significant further displacement of Palestinian civilians in southern Gaza if and when fighting resumes, noting the U.S. does not support Israeli forces moving in the south without a plan to protect the civilians seeking refuge from violence in the north. The first plane of U.S. aid for Gaza arrived in Egypt today. Humanitarian organizations pressing for more help.
There's still a lot of people living among the rubble.
Some Democratic lawmakers are calling for conditions on aid to Israel to ensure the country complies with international law, calling the civilian death toll in Gaza unacceptable. Others pushing back.
If Senate Democrats want to vote to tie the hands of Israeli soldiers as they defend their country against vicious terrorists, I welcome such a debate.
While in Israel, the focus remains on hostages, the family of freed Israeli American Abigail Idan, whose parents were killed by Hamas, vowing to take care of her.
In Israel, people feel that she's the Israel baby. She's the Israeli baby of everyone.
An innocent symbol of all this war has taken. In Washington, Alice Barr, NBC News.
And you can get the latest news on the hostage release by texting the word Israel to 314-425-5355.
Made in America, the new manufacturing plant in North St. Louis, promising to bring innovation and jobs to the city.
A 43-year sports tradition returns in December when tickets for the bragging rights game go on sale.
And a national magazine calling out a St. Louis restaurant. The latest buzz around this sushi place on the Hill.
And 5 on Your Side has teamed up with the Foster and Adoptive Care Coalition for the Little Wishes campaign. More than 3,000 wishes still need to be granted to area kids in foster care. You can attend the in-person shopping day at Saturday, December 2nd at Circle of Knowledge in Sunset Hills, or give at ksdk.com/littlewishes.